Hey everybody, Wayne here. In today's Recon, we're going to take a look at Lee's Greatest Victory, Chancellorsville, 1863, designed by Michael Rinella and published in Against the Odds magazine, number 55. Now this is, I think this was the last issue of my subscription, and this was when they had the plastic boxes. I believe they have gotten rid of those. I believe they've discontinued that. Apparently there is a plastic shortage in the world. You wouldn't think it, looking at, my Walmart grocery pickup, which had almost everything in its own individual plastic bag. But maybe that's part of the problem. Anyway, personal shopping notes aside. So I think that they're all just Ziplocs from here on out. So just FYI on that, just in case you look at it and go, hey, how come you got the box, whatever. I think, they used to do this. I have a bunch of these that are in the big box version, but I think they just stopped that. Anyway, this is the most recent one as of me uploading this video. I'm filming and uploading. And it's one I've been looking forward to. It's been sitting on my shelf as I had my little hiatus from filming, so that's why I didn't get to it. But I cannot wait to dive into this one. So, obviously, huge Civil War buff. You guys know this. Also, Michael Rinella. You guys know, big fan of his. I've covered multiple games of his on my channel. Like usual with him, it is an area impulse style game. That map. Ooh, and we're going to open up and look at it. Don't worry. Don't you worry. My plans are perfect, and when I start to carry them out, may God have mercy on General Lee, for I will have none. Major General Joseph Hooker, choking on his own words before the Battle of Chancellorsville. So, most people know, it was certainly a good plan, using a greatly superior force to set up a hammer and anvil attack on the Army of Northern Virginia that would either compel its fast retreat or subject it to destruction. But, having made a successful maneuver to get around Lee's army, at first contact, Hooker chose to dig in and wait, issuing the most prophetic and accurate statement of his entire military career. The Major General commanding trusts that his suspension in the attack today will embolden the enemy to attack him. Quite right. So let's go to open her up. Let me cut the plastic. Obviously, Michael Rinella, Area Impulse. You knew I had to, American Civil War. Had to check this one out. So, FYI, though, of course, it is not a solitaire game, so to speak, right? It does not have solitaire rules. It is going to be played both sides to the best of your ability, which, we cover some games like that on this channel. However, game doesn't have to be soloable, right? Which I believe, despite kind of the nature of this battle, I believe there's no hidden information. I believe it's all open information. So, I think that is, I think we're going to be able to solo this one. If not, I'll certainly mention that as we get into the game. Not today, because we're just doing an unboxing, but, if I actually get it played here. I mean, I will get it played. I will. That's what I meant to say, is when I get it played. All right, so let's get everything out of this plastic container here. So, we have our dice. Blue and white. Should have been gray or butternut, right? But that's okay. We'll cut them a break on this one. Teasing, guys. I'm teasing. All right, so we have our magazine. We have some player aids. We have the map, as usual. Counters. Let's look at the magazine first. So, again, Against the Odds is, magazine. So this is technically a magazine game, although Against the Odds definitely, they're on the upper scale of production and game quality. And I think that is, it's evident if you've played their games. I have very little complaints. Not everything's perfect, but I have very few complaints, I should say. Whiff of grape shot. Jeff Davis was a gentleman. Jeff Davis was no fool. Jeff Davis wrote a Dapple Gray, and Abe Lincoln wrote a mule. Oh, man. All right, so we have table of contents here. So obviously we're going to have the editor, Andy Nunez, have his article on, I assume would be the game here, or appearance. So what is that? Okay, all right, maybe just an informational article. Michael Rinella, information on the game, optional rules for Bradley and Monty's D-Day. So couple different articles. Again, we're not, this video is not so much for the magazine per se, although it is nice to see what's in it, which if you want to, go ahead and pause it there. You can take a look. Let's go ahead, and you can see, but this will be the article on the game, which that I do like, though. I like having the history on the game. It's one of the nice things about magazine games is usually the magazine is going to have a bunch of history on your game you're getting. So if you don't know, or just to brush up, just to learn more, always love it. You can never know everything. You can never know enough. And if you think you do, you probably don't. So, lots of good information. Get some maps. Late afternoon, May 4th. Fantastic. Love having all this information. And again, we're not doing a review of the magazine in that way. Okay, so here are, so you can see the pages for the game. So it will, and this is a minor complaint of mine, is that the Against the Odds magazines, they do make you, here are the rules, by the way, start of the rules here. You do have to take the staples apart, remove the pages, you know, put anything back. Maybe you don't want, like maybe this here looks like a different, it's related to some other information. So this page would probably go back in the book. And then you have your separate rule book. You have to find some other staples probably, or some way to keep the rule book together. Not as big of a fan of that, especially now that you're seeing the Decision Games magazines, Strategy and Tactics, Modern Warfare is defunct now, but World at War, you're seeing them have the like glue or the strip of adhesive. You just pull the rulebook right out, it's ready to go. Love that. If they can do it, I'm sure Against the Odds, who are some of the, like I said, some of the top of the shelf, top shelf style war games, magazine war games, they can do it too. So hope to see them switch over to that eventually. But anyway, it's going to be, looks like pretty standard for their rulebook. So it is in color, which is also nice. A couple pictures. Usually they don't do a ton of pictures in theirs. You do see some design notes listed though. Information, designer, actual design notes, but design notes throughout the actual rulebook, and then an index and glossary for a magazine rulebook. Now that, A+ right there. You're already getting thumbs up from me. So, okay, enough of the magazine. Like I said, this is more about the game. Let's check it out. Rulebook, look, you know, again, I haven't played it. I did read through the rulebook once. It's available to download from their website, which I love. All right, so we have, okay, one-sided play raid. It's like a light cardstock, very light cardstock, which is just fine to me. Again, I'll be playing solo, so it'll only be me messing up the sheets. Different checks, movement cost, defensive. I do like that because I actually was just playing the last one we played. What did we play, guys? You remind me. We just played a Michael Rinella game, the North African game. I can't remember the name. But anyway, I had to make my own like player aids. Actually, looks like 2. So, yep, so it's just the same one. So basically, we'd be using one of them. But it is awesome having momentum check, movement costs, you know, attack and defense values, see how to spend the casualty points, etc. Really nice to have that. I had to make my own player aid for that. And my point was for that game, and it wasn't even a magazine game. So another A+ from me. So let's look at these counters. Reasonable thickness here. It is the brown cardboard, brown stock. So it is kind of it's not thinner. It's not thinner side or anything like that. It is decent thickness for especially for a magazine game. All right, control counters, obviously gonna be double-sided. A little closer. I'm sorry, I know Longstreet is upside down. That's how it's printed. But here Jackson and his handsome face there. Everything looks pretty good. You can see so we are going with the butternut for the Confederates, and then the blue for the Union. Infantry is going to be the crossed bayonets here. Looking like the NATO infantry symbol for the one person that maybe didn't catch that right away. Lay down here. Very nice. Kind of going through it slow just so you guys can take a look. And yes, they are, fortunately, kind of printed upside down. Unfortunate, just for my sake. In reality, once you have them all popped out and you're playing, it'll be just fine. So, one full counter sheet. Ooh, kind of rough getting out of there. You guys know I always check to see if they'll pull free. So, looks like this game's gonna be one of those ones where it does take an extra. I don't want to wreck them. Extra little bit to get all they definitely, you can see on the corners there, it's definitely rough punching them on the corners from my copy anyway. So yeah, we're gonna have to clip these because if you look, it's gonna have the tufts. So, you know, I just don't like the tufts on them. I don't always clip my war game counters per se. I mean, I often do, but I don't always. But anytime you have those big, like, rabbit ears, those big tufts on the corners, yeah, because I don't want to try to be moving them around and they're catching each other. So we'll definitely clip them. But counters look good. The artwork looks decent. Ooh, the map. I think it's Mark Mahaffey, one of his maps. Let me go ahead and pause the video and get this set up. All right, we got the map all set up. Of course, magazine style game. It is a paper map, no problems there. Map looks beautiful. Love the artwork. Very simple, but very easy to read. You know, when you're looking at the wilderness, you're looking at more open terrain. And I know, from looking at the rules, you can tell, for instance, and there's the Rappahannock here. You have, starting off, Confederate controlled, you know, the butternut color. And if you notice the green on the bottom, the terrain modifier, you can see it's green colored. That's to signify those are woods, that's a wilderness. So I like that. Very easy to see. You can see the Union over there where they set up. Not as big of a, it's a little bit of a bummer that the Union numbers are upside down for if you're sitting here. Now, this is a two-player game. I understand that. It's not a solo game. Although, a little secret between me and you, and I know I'm biased because I focus on solitaire war games, but I bet more people are going to play this game solo than two-player face-to-face. Just guessing. Just going to guess, but I would bet money on it. Anyway, looks good, though. Really like the map. Everything looks nice. Again, easy to read. Areas here, pretty clear. See these, you know, the little circles, make little circles and make the little borders. I think I like it. Yeah, I think I do. At first when I saw that, I was like, I don't know if I like this. Wouldn't I rather just have a line, right? Just make it a line. Clean, you know, easy border. But now you can see the road network easier because all you have to do is as your eye adjusts, you're looking for the kind of the little circles, right? That define the borders of different areas. But then obviously we have the zones on the outside. The map is 98% board, right? There's a 90% map, excuse me. So like you have the game board you're playing in is the whole damn thing. It actually almost lays flat too. I'll still put it under plexi just for me playing, just because that's what I like to do for paper maps. But you could almost, I mean, like I said, it's almost totally flat coming out of the box, which is surprising to me. You could almost just play it as is. So you can see a couple tracks, to turn impulse track over here, keeping track of victory points. So I think that's enough. I think we've gone on long enough. This is Lee's Greatest Victory, Chancellorsville, 1863, from Michael Rinella and Against the Odds magazine. Look forward to checking this one out. Let me know in the comments below. Have you played it? Are you looking forward to playing it? Are you looking forward to seeing me playing it? Do you wish that I wouldn't complain about the not being able to pull the rules out of the magazine without adhesive, that I'm complaining about having to undo the staples? Regardless of your opinions, please let me know in the comments below. And until next time, guys, later.